Yeah.
Male fighters do that a lot too. And like, it's interesting because they hardly ever pay for it. But like the last Dustin fight when he fought Islam, I think Islam actually cracked him once while he was playing with the shorts. It was
No,
nice to see
No, that's a tick
a
though.
fighter get
His is a
punched
tick.
while they were.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
something Dustin does all the time.
Yeah,
it's similar though, similar in theory.
but
Not the
it's
same
like
thing.
you should know that you do that shit though, right?
Yeah. Aldo
Like-
got cracked. Aldo got cracked last night looking at the clock, or very close.
Yeah,
came very close.
because he was gassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 minutes left in round 3. He looked at the clock like.
Zahabi almost had him. I think he just skated.
Oh my god!
That was right after he
I
almost
have-
dude, that head kick he landed on Zahabi right before that,
He
where
did,
Zahabi
man,
was
I got
getting
him.
up.
Yeah, I don't know how he stood up for that. That was crazy. That was mad.
I fucking yelled at the TV like, "You did it! Get him!" And then he couldn't fucking get him.
Yeah.
Like he almost did. like if God existed and he's looking at Aldo and the MMA gods are looking at us like, "Oh, please let us have this," and they're like, It's just like, he fucking nearly fucking can't make weight, so they bump it up, even though Zahabi was about a pound away from the fucking weight class from cutting. Like he was ready to make the weight, and fucking Aldo couldn't do it. And then Aldo also has like that issue where it's like he wasn't even sure, he didn't feel good throughout the camp, he didn't feel good in the fight, and then it's like, "Oh, I think I might retire." I was like, "Oh, fuck, dude, like." Maybe you could have just called it off and would have been fine. I don't know. I wouldn't have fucking been mad about it, but like, come on.
I bet if he won, he wouldn't have retired.
Oh, well, I don't even know if he's actually retiring.
well,
Yeah,
retired
like he said all
again,
that.
retired again.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing.
That whole situation pisses me off. He sullied his reputation in my book. I'll
Wow.
save it for the show, but he should have never came back, dude.
Oh, fuck,
I said this before on a past JBR. I said it. He should have never came back. The fuck did you come back for, dude?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a fighter who is able to like take time off and then come back and actually reinvent their career. He did because he looked good in fucking bantamweight. It's just I don't.
Though? Like
he did
left...
the boxing. That was the whole point. He wanted to do do the thing, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I need to come back." Fucking expenses are like piling up.
He left on a high and went into the fucking Hall of Fame. Gave one of the most emotional Hall of Fame speeches of all time. Goes into the boxing, which is what he wanted to do. Was doing great in the boxing, making money. Could have kept doing that. But no, I'm going to come back to the fucking UFC where they pay me fucking peanuts and they matchmake me like a total jabroni. And I'm going to fucking squander the little bit of fucking life I have left in the fight game. And instead of making life-changing money, I'm going to fucking look like a turd in front of nobody in fucking Montreal.
I do have gripes about the way they matchmaked him, but like with Anderson Silva at the end of his tenure, like we don't know exactly what he's making. I know Anderson Silva was making like $3 million on a side letter deal aside from his original agreement. So Aldo could possibly be making more than what the standard peanut pay is, and I think it was like them begging him because he came back for that Brazil card, right? To face Jonathan Martinez.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he fights again and loses a controversial decision to Mario Batista. That kind of fucks things up. And then, like, they're probably like told him, "Hey, you beat this kid. We'll give you another fight, and then if you win that one, you might have a shot at the title." Like,
I think I think he likes Canada too. Like he's one of those fighters that really like he wore Quebec blue instead of his typical yellow.
That's true, yeah. Well, Aldo's famous anywhere he goes. Like they fucking cheered for him in Utah.
You know what I mean? I don't remember who said it. I think it was Jed. Maybe I'm mistaken, but he could have very easily just kept boxing. He could have boxed on like a Jake Paul undercard and made a couple of million. And like, I just don't fucking understand it. I don't get it at all. Like, what was the point of all this?
One more
I
shot
don't
at the
know if
title, probably.
I don't know
Shot
if
at
I
a
think
title.
I don't know if he would have made a couple million. Like that
He
might
would.
be a bit more.
He could have made it.
Well, because it's the same thing. You could argue it's the same thing that Cyborg did. Cyborg wanted to go box. She boxed somebody. Nobody fucking watched it, and then she came back to MMA.
Shit cards. Jake Paul
Yeah,
would have
but
fucking. Jake Paul and MVP
you're-
promotion. They would have jumped at the opportunity to have Jose Aldo on one of their cards.
they probably blocked him from doing that. That's the thing.
Well, I think he fought Stevens for like peanuts.
That's that. I think the thing was is that they gave Aldo an offer, and then Aldo was told not to by the UFC. So this is probably the counter to that. Like, hey, we'll just pay you to come fight for us again, a little bit more than what we probably were making prior. Okay, I'll do that. I know MMA. That's probably what it was, you know? But again, I think it had to come with the context of we need you to fight the guys that are outside the top 10. Oh, all right. Either give them names or keep them like gatekeeping almost, which is insane to say for a guy like you said. It was like you could have done, you could have done. But I mean, hey, they probably made an offer that he couldn't refuse. That's my only thinking on it. Like it came down to like if you win X, Y, and then maybe Z, you're probably in for a title shot. But if not, we'll just pay X regardless, and then you'll have a side letter that gives you a little bit more to make up for it. And then, I mean, because he's only fought on what pay-per-view cards, right? So
Yeah, I think he's still under contract with the UFC. Like he signed one when he came back, so he can box. Like if the UFC lets him box, like they might let him box at some weird promotion in Brazil or some small promotion, but they might not let him do like a Jake Paul or something like that.
I just don't. He should have just never come back. He should have never come back and re-signed. You were in the clear, dude. Leave on a high note. Always leave on a high note. And my whole thing, I watched the Hall of Fame induction thing live. Like that was heartwarming, fucking touching shit. Like I am cold and dead inside, and watching Jose Aldo fucking give his induction speech, crying, fucking tearing up, walking down the fucking walkway with the pictures of all the highlights of his fights, and they're playing "Run This Town," and it was a fucking a crescendo moment. And now you've retired again. And how's everybody feel? Oh, okay. All right, Jose. Cool. You came back. You're gone again. Like, there's no. I can't
I know
even
what you're
find the
saying,
words.
Yeah, it's disappointing because it's like he ruins his own ending like career. The ending to his career is looking closer to Anderson Silva's, where it's like, oh, this is how he goes out. This is how it happens.
People already tried to dispute his GOAT status or his place on MMA's Mount Rushmore or whatever the case may be. People already were trying to dispute that. Now they can dispute it even fucking more.
I mean, I don't know why you would. You're just a hater at that point.
You want to start at 30 minutes in the recording? That's 7.5 minutes from now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because there's that whole point of like the new fans just don't understand. Like,
yeah,
and Joe Rogan doesn't help with a lot of the older context of stuff because they all listen to him for some reason. But
the perfect example today on to the next one with Mike Heck and AK. In the live chat, they were pointing it out and they were bringing the fucking chats up on the screen and laughing at these people and fucking setting them straight. But you already had people today in the chat saying, Aldo was never really that great. He fought people early on in MMA that weren't able to compare with him. Like it's all based on exactly what you said, Austin. You got people that just come into the sport recently, and this is what they know of Jose Aldo. If this is what I knew of Jose Aldo, I'd think the same thing too. This guy's not that great. But those that do know, we know that at one time, this guy was the fucking biggest killer on the planet. Like, he was a buzzsaw. Everyone they put in front of him, he chopped them down. And now he looks like a chump. He looks like a deflated, washed up version of himself. And this is the lasting image that a lot of people are going to be left with.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
disagree with that one. I think he's just getting old, and Amen actually fought pretty well and pretty interesting and had a
No,
pretty fun fight style.
it's not us. It's not us shitting on Aldo. It's the fan base that's shitting
Yeah.
on Aldo.
Yeah,
That,
I was just saying. I also think Amen should be kind of a story. Like he fought
but that's not because they just
unusual.
look at Aldo as an old guy. Which Eamon's the same age.
Yeah, I don't care what they think. I'm just saying what I think.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Agreed. I think Eamon did show up, despite.
I think it's a damn shame. He's 37 years old and he hardly ever fought, and we missed out on what could have been a pretty interesting fighter.
I don't think that's
35.
anybody's like. I think that's weird because he probably doesn't have a fucking consistent schedule either. Like, what is the consistency of his fight? Is it once a year or is it twice a year? Like, he's 13-2 now, or 12-2, I think. But like,
yeah, it's probably his fault for not fighting often. I'm just saying, man, if he wasn't like that and he would have fought more often and been more active and stuff, it could have been really, really interesting.
yeah, agreed. Because like, this is the biggest win to date, and he'll probably never fight for a title. That's like the saddest shit. And he's got a win streak.
Yeah, he's had a weird career because of that. Like he's been around for a long time, but he's fought so sparingly that it doesn't really look like he's the veteran of the game that he is. He actually we discussed this on this show, I think, like a month ago. He was actually one of the people that helped Kenny Florian prep for the Jose Aldo fight.
Yes.
He played the role of Jose Aldo.
We've come
The
full
total
circle.
fucking 360 moment for him coming full circle.
I'll just say, like, Jose looked fucking huge. It's like, fuck, dude. No wonder he fucking blew weight. Like, goddamn. You look at Sahabi. Sahabi looks like a fucking teenager compared to him, and he's just like a fucking grown ass man body, just like fuck you, bro. And Sahabi's like that fucking nerd you pull in, and he's like, do I have to actually fight this guy?